Edge of Eternities is almost here, which means we're gonna be able to play Edge of Eternities. But since it's the first time that you'll be playing Edge of Eternities in a limited format like sealed or draft, you have no idea what the archetypes are or what color combinations are good. In this video, we're gonna go over all of them so you got a better chance at winning and maybe have more fun. In any limited format, it's sometimes really difficult, especially with new sets, to have a good understanding of what to build, which color combinations are good. In Edge of Eternities, there's about 10 different archetypes. Doesn't mean that you need to be in one of those archetypes. You could easily play 3 colors or monocolor or any other color combinations that you think are good. That's also always viable. Before we go any further, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment so we can keep making these videos. Let's get into it. White-blue second spell. This archetype revolves around casting your second spell each turn that either reduces the mana cost of the second spell or certain things happening when you cast your second spell, like drawing a card or making your creatures more powerful. This archetype does have some drawbacks because you do need to be able to cast your second spell each turn. So that means you need to get some card draw going. If you don't have a card draw going, you'll run out of steam fairly fast. Blue-black artifact control. Blue and black have a lot of cards that revolve around artifacts. For instance, Alfariel Dreaming Acolyte. When Alfariel enters, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact card. During your turn, Alfariel has Death Touch. Blue-black is, in my opinion, one of the harder combinations to go for, but one of the more stronger if you know how to pilot these kinds of decks. Finding the balance between artifacts and creatures and when to play what is a bit more tedious. Black-red Void. It's very important to get a good understanding of how Void works, because it works really well with warp abilities and lander tokens, because lander tokens also trigger your Void abilities. What Void means is if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn, then something happens. For instance, Interceptor Mechan puts a +1/+1 counter on this creature. So you're gonna wanna trigger your Void ability as much as possible. It's a very aggressive deck. Red-green landers and landfall. This deck is fairly straightforward. You got a bunch of cards that get triggered by landfall. You get cards that make lander tokens you sacrifice to get land from your deck onto the battlefield. Very straightforward. But more advanced trick is to also splash in a third color. For instance, you have a big white bomb that you want to be playing. With the lander tokens, you could easily splash a color, fetch that land, and then you're good to go with your bomb. Getting your landfall abilities to trigger multiple times is so satisfying, and it could really be devastating in limited formats. So I think red-green landers are like super fun. Green-white +1/+1 counters. This is an archetype that keeps coming back basically in all sets. Green and white, they often revolve around counters. So straightforward, you pump a bunch of creatures, pump them up with +1/+1 counters, and stomp your enemy. White-black, go wide. Also one of those archetypes that comes back now and then. Make a bunch of small creatures, tokens, pump them up, swing hard. Blue-red artifact aggro. Blue-red is always kind of bittersweet combination between protecting yourself, countering spells, and going aggro to the face. Your creature's getting pumped when you cast spells. In this archetype, it revolves a lot around artifacts. Artifacts entering, your creatures getting stronger if an artifact enters, or your artifact being tapped, which makes you draw cards to keep your engine going. Usually blue-red is also a bit more for the advanced players because again, you need a good understanding of what to counter or which combinations go well. If you don't pilot a blue-red deck well, it will fall flat very hard. Then we got black-green graveyard. Revolves around milling yourself, surveilling, getting those cards, getting high value cards or very strong cards, high mana value cards into your graveyard. And then somehow reviving them from your graveyard straight to the battlefield. It's very strong if you can pull it off. Red-white space stations revolves around, or a lot around space stations and getting your space stations stationed as quick as possible. I think I said that right. I'm not sure yet about how stations will play and how strong they actually will be. So it's a little bit new territory. I think it could be fun, but I don't think it's the best combination, because you always need to get your stations stationed. It takes a while before you can do something with them. Stations by themselves are really strong, but the build-up could be too long. The last one, green-blue ramp. Kinda speaks for itself. It's just ramping up, getting mana very quickly, and then casting high-cost spells. Also making some lander tokens with the green. Blue also has a few lander tokens. Take Fungal Colossus, for instance. Spells cost X less to cast, where X is the number of different named lands you control. If you have good cards of any color combinations, or triple color, or even 4 color, where you feel confident about, or where you have a very good feeling or understanding of what you're doing, go with your gut. This is just a guideline to give you a good idea of what to expect, which colors pair up together. This doesn't necessarily mean that there aren't any other valid combinations. So, if you like this video, make sure to leave a comment, subscribe, and then we will see you next time. How do you know which archetype to go for? How?